Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to do the final two cards in the card kit from Simple Stories, which is Vintage Life in Bloom. It's a really beautiful collection. So up in the top, I have my sheet showing the final two cards that we're going to be making today. And we're going to go ahead and start by folding the card base. And like I've said in previous videos doing these card bases, if you don't like what comes with the collection, you can always use your own card stock and create just an A2 size card. I wanted to just show you using what comes in the kit. The only thing I've added has been the foam squares and the gems that I've put down as accents. Okay, so we got our base paper down. And I like how they make it layered, but these thin sheets are they're very lightweight, but it looks like there's a lot going on. It's really well made. They really are. And so right now I'm laying down the different layers, and I'm just trying to make sure I have them placed similar to what's on the actually little example piece. And I realized, you know what, it's easier. Let me put down this one, and then I can just get it to look exactly the way I want as far as the angle, with putting it down this way. Now, you could always attach the two tickets and then attach them as one. You could do it that way. I just chose to do it this particular way. And once I had it in the place where I wanted, I really didn't want to move it around too much, so that's why I lifted up one side and just put the wet glue down. And then I'm just placing where I think the flower up at the top here should go. And again, just putting the wet glue all around to try and hold it down. And once we have it in place, that's it. Because it really doesn't take long for the wet glue to dry, which is one of the things I love most about art glitter glue. It gives you the time to kind of maneuver and lay things down, and yet it adheres pretty quickly, even just using it by yourself. All right, so now we're going to attach our center film strip. I really liked how this one, I think this particular card is probably my favorites. I'm trying to look at the other ones. And maybe one of the first two cards that we did would probably be my next favorite. Yeah, I just like the colors, the brightness, the boldness of I really did like this little series. All right, now I'm taking, there was a little bit of like chipboard pieces or paper pieces that hadn't come out, and so I just needed to kind of get those cleared out, and then anything that hangs over I'm going to trim. Okay, and it gives me the exact look that I want, and it allows me to put that sentiment strip right where I want it to go on the front. And you can use a thin piece of foam on that as well if you wanted to give it a little dimension. I think I already knew that the butterflies in the center I was going to use foam, and then the large word butterflies, I put foam underneath that. So that gives it the added dimension. And then I'm going to lay this one down, leaving a little bit off on the edge, and then we'll turn it and trim. And that's it. I like how that turns out. And now we got our butterflies. Now it turns out, I think when I did the very first video, the purple chipboard piece I used should have been on this card, but you can't tell that the purple isn't a chipboard piece. Like, even looking at it right now, because I have it in front of me, I mean, the only difference is that the purple one isn't shiny. So when the light hits it, it doesn't have that little glossy shine to it. Oh, I have a little friend peeking in. Do you see? My cat Mango trying to get into the video. And then once I got everything down, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 gems. One by the base of the flower on the other side of the film strip, and one at the right of the butterflies. All right, and we're going to go ahead and glue those down. And I like using the pickup tool. This one, it works really well. Sometimes the gem is upside down and I don't realize it. So that's why I had to pick it up with my fingers just then. But for the most part, it's really easy to pick up and put down. All right, now the final card. Now you could probably do this kit in a day, especially if you go to like a day crop or something like that. And this is something that you could put together pretty quickly. You know, it doesn't take long. You could do it in front of the TV watching shows. You know, if you just want to create like a gift to give to somebody, there's a lot of different options. You have to pay attention mostly when you're selecting the pieces, but for the most part, I think these are fun. I don't mind getting them. It takes a break for my thought process, especially with the sketches. It just gives me a chance to do something where I don't have to think it up or figure out the layers. It just helps give your creativity a little break, you know? And then, oh, I forgot this piece here. The little half moon shape goes at the bottom, and then the word beautiful kind of goes across it, which allows it to stand out a little bit. And this final one really didn't have that many pieces to it. Like, I kept reading the instructions because I was like, I still have a lot of stuff left. There should be something else going on here. Sorry about that quick zoom in. I had to stop for a brief second and then come back, and it zoomed in closer. All right. So we just put some foam underneath one of the little chipboard pieces. And then we're going to glue beautiful straight down to the card base. And then the UR we're going to pop up with foam. And I'm just using these smaller foam pieces because that's what I got out on my desk. However, you can always use bigger film strips. All right. And then on this one, we're going to grab the pink. And on this one, I might go a little crazy, but you know, sometimes you got to go big or go home, right? So we're going to put the 3 down the side up here at the top right-hand corner. And then we're going to sprinkle a few more around the UR and beautiful. So I decided that I wanted to cover up the eye in beautiful. I'm going to put a few of these down here real quick. Because at first I was thinking, oh, keep it odd. That's 5. And then I was like, no, I want more. So the little dot over the eye gets a gem, and then I put one at the bottom, and then that's it. So it's still 7. It's 7 instead of 5. And I like how they turn out. They're so cute. Okay. And then the butterflies. That one's definitely one of my, I think that's my favorite. I just like how it came out. Okay, so then we have all these extra pieces. Most of this is the die cuts. I don't think there was a whole lot left from the chipboard sheet. But what I like to do with these is put them on the inside of the card, right? So you can add elements inside the card using these. You can just have little accents, little, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Little pretties. All right, we're going to glue this down, and I'm just going to go through real quick and use them. and do exactly what I suggested, which is putting them on the inside of the card. You could also use some of these for the outside of the envelopes. So if you wanted to put one like in the corner on the front, so it's like when they do the addresses, they have something pretty on it. Because I think I had like extra hearts and a few extra butterflies. I had a couple of extra tickets. I forget which one I put that one in, but anything that's extra, you could just add it, you know what I mean? And it'll tie it in with the cards. Because these are all elements that are left from that. So yeah, this one is the one I put the 2 tickets on. So I just glued them together a little bit with wet glue, and then we're going to just put them in on the inside in the bottom left hand corner, and then there's plenty of room to write a message still. And then this flower, I'm going to put a flower. Did I put a heart? I either put a heart or a butterfly. I'm sorry, this actually wound up getting cut off. That's my fault. But that's all I'm doing really, is just trying to grab things. Sometimes I do a couple of different sizes of hearts. There was a lot of hearts on the front on this one, so I felt like adding either a little cluster of hearts or a couple of hearts on the inside, just continue that over from the front of the card. And I was good with that. And then on this one, I'm going to use the butterfly and a flower. I think I used the smaller one instead of that big one. All right. And then look, that's all I have left. It's just those few little hearts, that big butterfly. I'm trying to think if there was another place for me where I could put it. Oh, I decided to put it in here. Because even though we had the little tags, I was like, a butterfly could go good in there. And then there you go. All 8 cards, all done. And just a few hearts left over. And I think this makes a great collection. And you can leave them blank on the inside. Like whoever you're giving them to, write their own sentiments inside. And done. I mean, I really enjoy these things. Here are close-ups at the very end. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely hit the like, subscribe, and share button. I so appreciate that. And leave a comment, like I said, if you have any questions about the Simple Stories kits or where to find it. I will be glad to help you get the link to my little scrapbook store, and I will see you guys with our next video. I'm not 100% sure what May's going to entail, but we're going to have some fun. Thanks, you guys, and have a great day.